Hi, this is a reading for you. It is not tied to a specific zodiac sign. The intention is if you come across these readings, it should benefit you in some way. There will be an extended available on my Patreon, which is below. Everything to access me is below: website, social media, Patreon, everything. Thank you all so much for subscribing and liking. If you haven't subscribed and you are interested or enjoy what I do, please do. It helps me a great deal. So let's get started. It's a new year, a fresh start. But does the new year really matter? After all, it's all about the present time. But there does I will say this, with this new year, there does seem to be like a particularly fresh energy to it, at least with what I'm experiencing in my personal life. Like it's like everything started kind of moving with the new year, which was interesting to me. Anyway. Judgment. You know, I noticed it kind of came out a little bit crooked though. So it's like maybe you're on the fence about something, a little like you're teetering towards judgment. Maybe it's overdue even. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune. Well, actually, let's get the whole story out first. You're really watching something closely and starting to, like, there's certain things you've been sort of ignoring or putting off or kind of missing in some way. And that's, you know, I think you're taking time to analyze all of that right now. Because maybe the results that you've got in the past weren't as much as you wanted. So you're like, okay, let's fucking figure this out now. What is the formula? What is the key? What am I missing? Because there's something. I will say, make sure you don't fall into being discouraged or anything like that. Because I do kind of get the sense of like looking at the negative or like past mistakes or things you didn't do or whatever it is, and by doing that you're trailing your mind away from solutions that are just right there if you would just shift the perspective a little bit. You know, and I feel like there's like, you've been putting in work, and maybe that's why it's so frustrating. It's because like I've been doing all this, I'm not seeing, you know, shit or what. It's something like that, you know. You know, this is maybe about a situation, a specific situation, because it looks like you drop it and leave it behind. It's like maybe there's something very specific that is stagnating you or causing things to kind of go wrong. And that's sort of what you're moving from. And this could be like foundational parts of you, how you see things, how you conduct yourself or anything like that, but can also very much be about like a person, an addiction, a career, anything that you're sort of like really moving towards. Let's see, what's my perspective? Okay, so a couple of things. I feel like you're very concerned with what's in front of you in a lot of ways. There's sort of a practicality to this. Not like in a shallow way. Perhaps you have all kinds of things going on, but you're really focused on bringing together your material world. And also I think you're ignoring your intuition on something maybe. Clarify 5 of Wands. You may be walking into some kind of like conflict. There's like a need to sort of resolve something. It's like a touchy situation or something. There's a need to bring balance to it somehow. It's like you can't. You know, so like maybe the situation that you're trying to deal with or drop or like whatever that is that we were talking about, maybe it's like there's subtle things at play that need to be like handled with care in some way. It's not as easy as just being like, you know what, I'm gone, because it's not like that. But you know, there's a sense of like putting it off in some way. Clarify 5 of Wands. Yeah. You know, I think this has a lot to do with like what you do in your physical life, right? So people you work with, people you give time to, relationships in whatever capacity, all that stuff. Like, I think you're really trying to move with a more open mind, but also just like feeling out, what's a good fit for you and what isn't, but you're trying to look at it with this new lens that maybe you haven't always done. Does that make sense? Clarify the Fool. You're going towards the sun. Wow. So there's a sense of like sort of like chasing your dreams, right? Like not in a hokey way, but it's just like you're going for what you want. And it's kind of like nothing is going to get in the way of you doing that. You don't want to stay stuck in like situations that you don't want to be in. You don't want to do a job that you don't want to do. You don't want to be around people you don't want to be around. You know, all these things, you're determined to elevate your life and yourself is what I'm kind of getting here. But it may be a bit tricky to navigate, particularly like with your personal relationships and things like that. You know, you can't just like up and tell your mother to fuck off or something, or like you can't, you know, just alienate a group of people for no reason. You know, like, so there's like different things to consider or something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be looking a bit further in the extended, clarifying more of these cards and pull a whole other spread for the Patreon community exclusively. So if you want to go deeper into this, I hope you join me there. Also, I'm having a final, well, I don't know why I keep saying final. Maybe it is final, shit. But I'm having a sale on personal readings right now. And I'm going to be taking a long pause from doing personal readings I will offer them again, maybe just like with pop-up sales like this, I'm not sure, but I can't do them at the rate that I do them, especially because I'm trying to really focus on building up my Patreon more. So I'm taking a break from them. So I have a sale up right now, if you want to jump on that. So I will see you over at Patreon. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for all the support that you give. It really, truly means a lot and makes a huge, huge difference in my life. It really does. And I just really never want to lose sight of that. And I never want to not express how grateful I really am for all of you who like tune in regularly and watch me and book readings and support me on Patreon. And like, you have no idea